Hi guys, speedx 12 here, back with another video. This one's just gonna be of I don't know how to say this. I'm just gonna say this is as what's going on with Clash Royale kind of update. Not like a channel update, no nothing, just what's going on with the game in general. That's all I wanted to talk about. So, you know, recently Clash Royale decided to announce leagues and all that stuff, and that's what I'm about to talk about this video. It's gonna be divided into segments: competitive play, casual play, how the game is dying, and what can be fixed. And that's what I'm gonna talk about this update. Enjoy. Competitive Clash Royale. Now, I don't think most of my fanbase is competitive Clash Royale, nor do most of the fanbase is for competitive Clash Royale. I think they're much more the casuals, but I will focus on that after this. So, apparently they released a couple leagues, so I think that's actually pretty cool because some of the leagues aren't really well known because all you see is like Nova or Team Queso, all of that kind of stuff. Just the major big leagues. I mean, Nova is doing the Asian region, so hopefully, yeah, you know about that. So hopefully, you know that it's a big step for competitive Clash Royale. Like, honestly, it looks really exciting. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I don't watch a little bit myself, I do watch some bits of it, not like a whole lot, but I know what I'm talking about, honestly, here. For the people who got the 21 challenge, they could be signed to these leagues that they don't even heard of, but also they have a chance for the spotlight. Like I already said before, like no big leagues or like well-known leagues because they're funded for money or whatever. So that's actually what's pretty cool about that. It's been pretty helpful for the competitive scene though. Like, you know, they say they do a bunch of challenges, best of 5, tournaments, all that stuff. Even though tournaments need rework, they do their formats of tournaments that I don't know of. But I guess it's like a prize pool or something, so that's pretty cool. I mean, they all say the game's healthy, but I will touch on that in a bit right here. The ladder, on the other hand, for them is not. I mean, it's okay, but I mean, the ladder isn't what proves you're a pro player after all over there. So that's all I really wanted to say over there. Now let's talk about casual play. Casual players, you know, the most of the ones that make Clash Royale what it is today. Like, I mean, they've basically neglected the casual players by now. I mean, look at that. I mean, they really delayed an update to like mid-April right now, so that's what it is. It better be a big update, otherwise many people are gonna quit the game. But let's talk about casual play. We all know basically that it's not really at the really healthy state. People are getting bored with the game. 2v2s are becoming boring because some people that I've heard of, all they really do is just play 2v2. I don't know how you could do that. Like, I'm much more of a ladder player myself because I really want to focus and try to get better at ladder, but knowing that ladder does not make you a better player is what demotivates me. But also challenges, not many people could afford challenges. I mean, the grand challenges, everyone wants to get into those. It's only 100 gems, but you know, everyone's not pay to win like those other players. I mean, there's such a huge paywall in Clash Royale, it's just impossible to just avoid it right now. It's just, why? So it's not really a healthy state right now. I mean, sometimes they do post weekend challenges, but Clash Royale's lacking on that too. If they better be focused in the April update at least. Because if it's not that good, like I said before, well, there goes your game right now. I mean, it's already on the decline. YouTubers are already quitting. I mean, most of the YouTubers that you've probably heard of are probably much more like casual players, except with like particularly ones like Clash of Ash, Orange Juice, etc. And well, some foreign cheap at, I don't know. But yeah, most are, you know, casual YouTubers, Molt, Nick and Knight, all those other YouTubers, not anything clickbaity. Well, the clickbait YouTubers, they're probably just quitting because they don't get enough views and their secret viewers are working. They need to honestly leave, so that's what I just gotta say about that. So overall, casual players is not in a very good standing right now. It needs to be fixed, especially ladder. Ladder needs to be fixed for everyone to play on it, not just casual players, competitive players too. Which I don't think many of you don't care about casual competitive players because one, you like to play a game for fun, and two, obviously there's also other games that you probably play instead of just focusing on Clash Royale for like tournaments, etc., all that stuff. So yeah, let's get to the next segment, which is going to talk about why is Clash Royale dying and why it's on the decline. I just said Clash Royale was dying, but it's actually on the decline because, I mean, the competitive scene's healthy ones, but Clash Royale's for games who made up their game in the first place. The main players, the casual players, are the ones who made up their game in the first place. Just like with Clash of Clans, who made up the first game in the first place, the casual players. They cannot ignore the casual players. That's what's leading to the decline right now, except for the competitive scene, which some people really care about more than the casual players, the casual scene or whatever. Well, it's not really a casual scene, I mean, there's only like one thing they did in the past, like earlier, like the last time they did something for the casual players was touchdown. Touchdown was really kind of a big flop, honestly. I mean, you remember the time where it was 2v2 touchdown draft, and you know, if you got the holo red, it's basically easy win. Well, yeah, I mean, there's new variations to it. You know, like the recent 1v1 with touchdown, that one's okay, I guess you could say. So yeah, so Clash Royale really needs to focus on what their community is about, what they really want to accomplish in their game. It sounds a bit weird, like what I'm just saying right now. but they honestly need to focus on who made up the game in the first place, and then everyone will be happy. They can still focus on the competitive scene. I mean, that's what they're doing right now. It's kind of it's pretty good for them what they're doing with the competitive scene. So they really need to focus on who the casual players are. Fix ladder. Fix ladder. Maybe more people will go on ladder. 2v2s. Well, you can't really do anything about 2v2s, honestly. I mean, it's just how it is right now. I mean, people already play enough 2v2s because they're casual players or whatever. Make challenges cheaper. How about, like, cut the grand challenge price in half, like 50 gems. You can decrease the rewards a little bit, but keep the same value, like around the same value of how you should keep it. I mean, it'll make people want to actually get more coins or whatever without like reaching like the paywall. The paywall is the biggest thing in Clash Royale. It's gonna take years for you to max out your Clash Royale account, and that's what's pretty bad right now. It takes a while unless you're that dirty gemmer, you're not that kind of guy who has like $1 million or thousands of dollars to spend. Yeah, you're talking about, people like Benjamin and all those people. Yeah. I mean, you could grind a certain card for a while, but you also want to upgrade your other cards, but take for me, for example, my most of my commons are level 11, and most of the stuff that people have on ladders like freaking level 13 commons, over level cards or ladder, which I should talk about in a little bit. How you're gonna max out those cards? Oh, you could play ladder, you could open chests, or you could do chests from 2v2, or tournaments. Not really a good idea. There's not really a lot of options. They really give you very little gold, and your one-way ticket to get a lot of those coins is grand challenges. People need to have access to them, not just the competitive players, or people who are gemmers in general, or just people who can afford them in general. Just pretty much everyone. Like in Brawl Stars, they have like a little ticket system where you can gather tickets from like boxes in that game. I'm not gonna go in specific details. You can gather tickets from there, and then you can spend them like on weekly, daily, and weekend challenges. I'm not gonna name what they are because I don't think most of y'all even care. So yeah, they give you big bonus rewards if you have them, but if you run out, you can always buy more. But while collecting those, you could just work it like a Clash Royale. Like say you get some tickets. Let's say you get like a grand challenge ticket and like the in a chest in Clash Royale. You can use those on the weekend specifically, but you can only have like a maximum of, let's just say, I'm just gonna say about 3 as maximum, because if you have more than 3 or unlimited, you're just kind of abusing the system. You could just lose at 1 win. You still get like a pretty good amount of coins, really. I mean, 1,000 coins or around there. Yeah, and it's okay, but I think most players will take it anyways. But if you're actually good at grand challenges, then it's like abusing the system at this point. So maybe that's not an idea right there. And now I'm gonna talk how to make Clash Royale better. To make Clash Royale better, it's gonna require some work into it. 1. Ladder. Ladder is the main focus when I'm talking about this whole video, pretty much. Except where I talked about the competitive scene and how it's actually thriving instead of actually falling. They need to add a new system in there to make players feel more happy about themselves when they win. I'm not saying like when you win, like everyone's happy when they win, obviously, but the system where you're on a losing streak, the system like when you're on a consistent losing streak. Clash Royale said that how it works is when you win, you're like not put into any kind of pool or whatever, but when you lose, you're automatically put into like a loser's pool, like where everyone's just on a constant losing streaks, and hopefully they think that might be able to break your losing streak and get out of that pool and keep going up ladder. That's not the way it works. You could face probably up to like 5 hard counters, like for example on ladder. You can win all of those or you can lose all of those, but just at the end you'll feel frustrated. We need a new system into the game. People have been saying tournament standard ladder would work. I don't think it would work. If it was just a tournament standard ladder, there was no point in maxing out your cards. You can just keep in tournament standard. I mean, that's why card levels existed in the first place. Like, what's the point of them not putting that to use, honestly? I mean, I'm fine with people having maxed cards, like if you're at high trophy ranges, but yeah. They need to have a better system where, let's just say when you lose, like you're kind of put into like put into a loser's pool at the same time, but people who are equally about around your level, not just people who are like losing because they got like a freaking max P.E.K.K.A. and you only have like a level 5 golem and whatever, stuff like that. Just like a random loser pool, like pick up whatever. I don't care if it's a hard count. I don't care if it's like a trash deck you're going against, that kind of thing. People around your same level who are losing, not the ones who are abusing the system. Like, well, not like abusing the system. I would say people like overlevel cards in general. Yeah, or costed hard counters. Like they could automatically put you against a hard counter. They need to have a lot more equal matchups than a lot more hard counters in the game. Just because it'll make, 1, it have to be a fair fight, and 2, it would make people less frustrated and they'll like, hey, if you lost, then it was probably your fault or whatever. Not just because, oh, if you lost, oh, you had the hard counter, like that kind of stuff. So it needs something like that. It came out a little bit weird how I just said it, but hopefully in a little bit, like, maybe like take a couple hours and you maybe understand why it kind of makes sense. Number 2, challenges. I already touched on challenges a bit earlier, but they need to decrease the prices of challenges. I mean, how about make classic challenges free. There's no point of 10 gems for like 2,000 gold. I mean, who's gonna do that? I mean, if y'all just gonna comment down below says, hey, speedx right here, you're poor, you can't afford a classic challenge. No, I'm pretty sure I can afford it. It's not even that expensive, but it's just really just 2,000 gold for that. I mean, it gives you somewhat great practice, but you're against a lot of noobs too, so just make that free. How I said about the ticket system earlier in clan challenges, that's all you gotta do. TV2s, you can't really do much about that, but how about frequent challenges on Clash Royale? Like, you know, the weekend challenges, like triple elixir, right? Do those every weekend. Make sure you live up true to your words. That's how you can make it better. I mean, it gives you a point on why to log out to the game. Anyways, like, oh, it's like a high challenge reward or whatever. Sometimes, like, let's say the example of the legendary challenge. Like, you get a free legendary chest. Oh, that gets people why they log on or whatever. So that's that. Frequent balance changes. Or listening to the community in general, because, well, you know, obviously you need to listen to your community to know what the balance changes are. So you need to do this pretty frequently. Check this. Well, I don't know about the subreddit. I mean, this is my opinion, but don't trust the subreddit, because one, they said the knight was overpowered at one time, so I just gave up right there. And they say a bunch of other stuff is pretty stupid over there too. It's just my opinion. Don't get triggered over it if you're a Reddit user and you're commenting there. So that balance changes need to happen. And now I'll explain what Clash Royale needs to also do. The necessities. This is what should be called the necessities section. Necessities, what they need to do, what people need to do. If you want Clash Royale to succeed, guys, give them as much feedback as you can. Don't just spam them. Now, here's my opinions. Like, here's some like this is some like outlying factors of what I think needs to happen or something. I don't know. These are just my personal opinions and thoughts over it. Well, not over the situation of Clash Royale, but in my opinions and thoughts, like just random thoughts that I'm having right now about the game. 1. Don't say that a game is healthy when you know it's on the decline. Like, if you're focusing just on the competitive scene, well, that's great. I like how you're focusing on the competitive scene. But don't forget who made the game in the first place. Like I said, how before, like Clash Royale's neglecting their community. Like, know what's actually happening with the game instead of just focusing on one side and acting like it's all healthy and all. Don't just say that. That's pretty much false information right there. Another random thought. Don't spread negativity about the game. Just stop playing it. It will give... And if there's more people that stop playing it, then Clash Royale finds more of a reason why they need to make their game better. That's what they also need to do. Don't just spread negativity, because that also influences why people will quit the game. Like, let's just say Game of Bolt, for example. So that's pretty much all my random thoughts on that right now. So that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed kind of this segment. I'm not trying to spread hate and say why Clash Royale is dying. I said it was on the decline, but these are just my opinions on what's happening in the community, why the game it is what it is, and what needs to happen kind of thing. Not like, oh, Clash Royale is dying, quit guys, get off the bandwagon. Not that kind of people. And if you quit the game, and let's just say that the people who are quitting the game are A, probably competitive players who got bored of the game, B, casual players, which is pretty obvious right there, and C, I don't know what C is, but I guess those are the A and B. If you're a casual player who quit because he's bad, that's pretty much a dumb reason. If you quit because the game's boring, a little bit more understandable. Competitive player that gets bored of the game, okay, I understand kind of that there. So that was actually another random thought right there, I guess you could just say. But that's it for this video, guys. Stay tuned to my other videos. Hopefully you enjoyed this kind of a segment thing, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.